I seen, videos of Ty falling pretty bad at the skate park. I seen videos of Wayne falling. You were there when Ty?
I was there.
When he recently got hurt?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, wait, didn't he go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, how was, man?
Yeah,
did your heart drop?
Oh, that was like one of the scariest things. I've seen a lot of people like fall in skating and like go down, but like I had never seen anybody like knock themselves out like that. And it was scary. Like it was.
Woo! This is your boy Maiwan here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Today we got, man, Olympic athlete, pro skater, musician, Dashawn Jordan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's a blessing to be here.
Rolling through, man.
Yes, sir. Stoked to be here.
You're an interesting man because you climbed up a very tough, like, to make it as a professional athlete, it's not easy at all. like you got to be top 1%, if not even, you know what I mean, top 0.5% to really get to where you've gotten to. And then you wanted to take on the music industry.
Yes.
That I got to ask you, man, what was the motivation behind Dashawn Jordan saying, like, I'm gonna take this on?
So pretty much, like, I've been making music kind of like my whole life, just with my cousins, even before like I actually stepped inside of a recording studio. It was freestyles with my cousins, them writing raps for me just like, hanging with the older crowd. I've always just liked to hang out with my older cousins, and they were all like musically influenced, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what grew my attention towards it. And like just little stuff like choirs at church with my sister, just like random stuff like that. And so, at that stage in my life when I was making music, it was fun, and I didn't really know too much about it, but like I really loved it. And then when I started like getting a little older and, meeting more people and just starting to like understand music different and really like widen my perspective on it, you know what I mean? And just like listen differently and just like really want to like create and take it to the next level. I just like, dived in deeper. I was blessed to have a lot of good homies around me who, helped me grow in it. Once I had these conversations with them about like how passionate I was about music and wanted to take it to that next level. So I was just like sending my music, to homies and being open arms for constructive criticism, because I'm a huge fan of constructive criticism. Like I want it, like if it's whack, tell me it's whack, because I want to get better. I don't want to settle for less. And so I was blessed to have people around me that were very honest and spent time and took the time to give me that honest feedback to help me grow. And so, yeah, we came around to a point where, in skateboarding, it was kind of like a stigma with skateboarders who said they wanted to make music. There was just, we had like the Terry Kennedys and the Jeremy Rogers who made music. And at the time, it was super foreign to everybody. So it was hard for people to respect it and kind of like be immune to it. And so that was kind of like an edge for me before I started to get more aggressive with it. I was like, obviously dealing with like that thought of like, okay, I have to do this right if I'm gonna do it. Like Absolutely. I can't half step in, and not really, bring quality, because, people gonna see right through that and it's gonna flop. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so my overall goal was to just show that passion through the work, and let people see it for the work and not be so much in people's face about it, but like figure out a very what's the word I'm looking for? Like a very easy way for people to receive it, you know what I mean? And allow people to like take it in without it feeling like it was forced in their face. For people to just hear it and be like, okay, like, wow, who is this? Yeah. And then the fact come around that is me be more intriguing than them being like, oh, Dashawn's like saying he makes music, but it's like, here, you know what? And then it's not good, So it's like, for me, it's always quality over quantity. And I try to work really hard, especially when I have passion into things that I want to do. Like, I take it very seriously to like execute them at that level that I feel like, is acceptable.
Absolutely. Well, shit, man, you've definitely executed when it comes to the sports world and the music side. You're doing your thing.
Thank you.
You got 5 tracks out. All tracks sound different too, which I think is cool. Like we start with White Claw. It's like, I just feel like I'm at the beach. Yeah. And like there's a bunch of like, I was about to say white girls, a bunch of like beautiful women around, feels good. And then, you get into myself, and then I'm gonna get this one wrong, but it's Wygdbi.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do about it? And from there to Better Position to Most High, they're all different. Yeah, all 5 tracks kind of like live in their own. I mean, it's all you. It's not like you're like doing like aggressive rap on one and you're singing really loud, but it's all you. But they're all different vibes. Yeah. So I can definitely tell that you've been in the studio working. But talking about executing at a high level, you were, man, Olympic athlete.
Yeah, yeah. I was in the runnings. I went to qualify for the 20. It was the first one. It was just 2021. I believe I might have been getting that date wrong. But the first Olympic round, I went to qualify as in. They took 3 Americans. I was 4th. So now this time around, I'll be trying again. I actually started back up. The first contest was like a month ago. So with that whole thing is like when I first went into that, it was kind of like a super stressful factor to me because there was a lot of pressure to make it, and like I like dedicated a whole year to like being in that like to being on that side of skateboarding, you know. I was enjoying it, but it came to a point where it wasn't like fun anymore because I wasn't doing skating for like how I started skating, you know. It was like go to the skate park, train a certain amount of tricks, the same tricks, go compete. It was like contest. I didn't feel like I was like really living or in skateboarding how like, you know, I came into it.
Yeah,
and so,
skate videos and mixtapes. And
yeah.
all that.
And so it was a good experience, and I learned a lot, not only like with skating, but just about myself, you know what I mean, in general with channeling just like competing and mental stuff and all that. And for me, I would say after the last contest in Rome, that was like the last deciding contest, when it was like I was off by one trick. It was literally one trick. I didn't make it, but it was like for some reason, like there was nothing that was a part of me that really had me depressed or sad. I was kind of like, it felt like it was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah, you didn't want to.
Yeah, and I went back home and I just like had downtime, and it was cool because I just like that downtime, I just really reflected on just what I had did the past year and how it affected me and what positives and negatives came from it. And I just kept moving with my best foot forward, you know what I mean? And from there, you know, it was like the same regular program, and it helped me look at that goal differently as well and not put so much pressure and put my eggs in one basket. Like that was like the deciding for my life, because that's what I felt it was at one point. I just really started digging into deeper things, you know what I mean? Skating, getting back to the other side of skating, the music. I was just going harder in the music, and like the music was helping me also balance that because it was giving me another outlet instead of constantly being stressed on, you know,
Absolutely.
skating. Yeah.
Absolutely. But no, you know, you're like one of the, you know, top skaters out there.
You.
So coming into music, skating, I mean, any kind of sports, but skating is very competitive. Do you see music, you know, do you see it as competitive?
So for me, as far as like the competitive factor with music, in like the most humble way, like in not like saying like, oh, I feel like I'm better than anybody, but I always say like, you know, your own competition is like yourself, you know? And with that being said, is like I always think about how I can be better than myself and get better and grow more, you know what I mean? So I'm always in competition with myself, my own mind, you know what I mean? And my own levels of like what I can accomplish or like, you know what I mean, experience. And so coming with the music, you know, I know it was one of those things that like, or it is one of those things that it's a harder crossover, you know, it's a hard crossover to come from the skating and music and get in music and be respected at that level that I feel like I want to work hard and be respected at and just like, you know, acknowledged as. And you know, I think, and it comes a little bit from skateboarding too, because it's kind of like the same trajectory and coming up with that, just having to go against the odds and like, you know, prove to people and all that stuff. So I'm no stranger to like the process of like really showing my passion and hard work and just like more so just wanting people to respect me off of like my hard work, you know what I mean, and the quality. So, you know, I don't hold any crazy high expectations for myself or anyone around me who I'm introducing to that side and telling that I make music. I just want to like show them, you know what I mean, and let them see it through the passion and through my work that like I really do love the music, and I just want to make music, tell my story, spread love, you know what I mean, and just like make good music and have it just live on forever, you know. So I always just strive to do that. When I'm at the studio, that's kind of my mentality for like how I, you know, my perspective on like what I want music to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. And what I'm going against, you know, and really just all my homies around me that continue to help me grow, you know, like my homies and everybody I work with, like my music manager, Pat, you know, Nico, Zaba, my producer and engineer, like these are all people around me that like put so much time and dedicate, you know, effort to like help me also stay in the right state of mind to keep elevating and growing. So I just get excited and, you know, to keep showing the world, you know what I mean, like what I'm doing and, you know, and how hard and how much passion I'm putting towards this.
Absolutely, man. You can see the growth. Like when you listen to, when you go from White Claw and you get to Most High, there's definitely a progression, a growth.
Thank you.
It's a lot more like, well, the actual production of Most High is top notch. Like,
thank you.
Very like a lot of instruments, you can feel it. What was her name on the hook?
Kat Clark.
Kat Clark killed it on the hook.
Amazing.
It just was very artistic. That song. When I heard White Claw, I immediately looked up if you were like a White Claw athlete.
Yeah.
100% thought you had a sponsorship with White Claw. But I looked it up. You didn't. You just loved. I don't know if you still do, but you loved drinking White Claws.
Yeah, I was drinking. I love a good seltzer. You know what I mean? Like I got into, for a minute I was doing like mixed drinks and they were just like mad sweet and it was like hangovers, and then like, you know, my homie was like, yo, try tequila soda. And then like from there, cause I like Topo Chicos. So like I was already like, oh yeah, I like soda water. Like, let me try tequila soda. You know what I mean? Not only, you know, you feeling good, but you know what I mean? You hydrating, you know what I mean? You don't feel crazy the next day. So I started drinking those. And then, you know, I started tapping into White Claws, and White Claws was good because they, you know, they had a little flavor in there. You could grab whatever flavor you want. But I was drinking those so much, and I still drink them now. And I don't know, when I made that song, it was like, that's, you know, I was drinking White Claws, but I was just like, I wanted to make something fun. And I originally had a different song I was going to drop as my first song. And it was more like a, you know, like more, it was like melodic, but like I was telling the story, you know, just rapping about like what was going on in the world. But my first drop was in summer, and I wanted to drop something that was like happy. Like it was fun. It was during COVID too, like peak, like fresh in COVID. So I just wanted to like, I was like, my first song I wanted to, you know, drop and it'd be good vibes and happy. And that could be like my way coming in so people can see that like I'm really having fun and I'm passionate about it, you know? And then all that can come later, you know what I mean? So
it felt good. The track felt good. I was 100% convinced you had like a White Claw deal.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought maybe you were like a sponsored athlete for White Claw.
Yeah. I was trying to get one. All my homie was like, bro, you didn't send that to him. I was like,
did you? Did you guys try to?
Yeah, we sent it to him, and it was like little discussions about it being a possibility. I had a homie who works for him, and he was like trying to connect me with it and stuff. And they said they were feeling it, but it like didn't end up going through. But it was still like, I was like, dang, the fact that it was even a talk, I was like, yo, like that's love. You know, to me, I was like, it's a talk about the sponsorship, but I just love hearing the feedback that they think the song is, you know, good, you know? So that just inspired me for real.
Absolutely, man. Well, I got to give you a gift. I give every artist a CD from my CD collection. I feel like you're real true to the music.
Yeah.
You know, this is a big supporter of Dash, so I think we got to show love to an LA artist.
Hell yeah.
Let me know if that's a album you rock with.
Okay.
It's in there if you want to open it.
Yeah. Open it, Yeah, this is a good one. Ain't No Fun on here. Yeah. That's one of my favorite songs. Lottie Dottie. All these are bangers.
Yeah, that's solid.
Thank you so much.
Of course, bro. It's that Doggy Style. You know, Snoop is a big supporter of Dash.
Okay.
Fun fact, if you ever go to Snoop's compound, they're playing Dash radio through every speaker.
That's fire.
He has 2 stations of his own that he operates like daily.
That's
like we got
fire.
a call a week or 2 ago, one of his shows, someone submitted a show from his end and it didn't get uploaded properly, and Snoop was mad. Like that night, Snoop was like, what the fuck? Why didn't the show get uploaded?
Yeah.
So Snoop is a big supporter of Dash. You know, I felt
Shout
like
out
we had to
Uncle
show
Snoop.
love. Shout out to Unc. But yeah, you really got, and it's not just an uphill battle for you. For anybody who is already known outside of hip hop, especially like actors. You see it with actors all the time. Dame Lillard.
Yeah.
Like Dame Lillard's a dope rapper. Every time I hear a Dame Lillard track, I'm like, yo, this dude's going in.
Yeah, he got projects out too.
Projects, right? It is definitely a challenge to kind of I don't know if like the right term is, but to kind of redefine yourself or have people accept you in hip hop. I don't know why. Like God, if I know why, but like anytime someone's already popping in a different lane, it does become a challenge. What are some of the challenges that you feel like you face as a skater?
I definitely feel like I would say some of the challenges is like, you know, like people really like when I'm telling people I make music, like if like they thinking that like, am I making music just like hopping on beats and like, you know, dropping on SoundCloud or doing stuff, or like what is my definition of making music? I feel like people, you know, maybe always second guess, you know, what I say when I make music. Like at what level are you trying to do it? Like what are you trying to do with it? You know what I mean? And to me, it's like I know that, like, you know, my OG always said, he's like, your vision's not for everybody, you know? And my vision is like, you know, it's not for everybody, but like, you know, sooner or later they'll catch on and you can make them believe it, you know what I mean? By like showing that passion through it. And so my whole thing, you know, kind of what I mentioned earlier is like, I know that like, it's cliche for me to be like, you know, I make music, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, but like 100, like one thing that I can like 100% like be confident to say is that like, you know, I'm always putting the work to like, you know what I mean, make it like get to that level, you know, where people, you know, to that in hopes of people respecting, you know what I mean? Like I love to work hard. Like I skate all day and I go to the studio all night, you know what I mean? Like we really like putting in hours to do it. But I would say it's definitely just like kind of like that crossover is having people like really respect the passion. And sometimes you can't always be frontline and show it, you know what I mean? Like you can't tell somebody you make music and like really explain to them like your passion, like what I do, I'm in there 5 hours, 4 hours, like, you know what I mean? That don't really matter, you know what I mean? It's just like, it shows the quality. So I don't really like to talk too much. I talk about it a lot and like show people, but like my whole thing is, you know, my game is like no game. I always say like, I just like to be quiet and just let the quality of it show, and then I'll back it up, you know what I mean, with like, you know, how I talk about it. If you have questions about it, like we can talk about it, but I just want, you know, notoriety over fame first, and then like all the other stuff will come, you know, later. But I just really want people to like just respect it for the work and just, you know, continue to grow with it, and, you know, someday, you know, make it to those big stages so people can hear it worldwide. But now I'm just working on just like really creating quality and just having that level of respect, not just be like bare minimum, but be like, okay, like, when people hear, who is this? Like, compare me to the greats, you know what I mean? Like, like this sound like so-and-so, and then just be super intrigued when it's like, this is Dashawn, like the skater, you know?
Yeah, and then that part of it comes out, right?
Then it all transfers over. So that's, I definitely think like challenges like those are like what I face, and like, I love it, you know what I mean? Like skateboarding, you taught me, you know what I mean? You fall, you get back up, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And eventually you're gonna land the trick, you know what I mean? And there it is. So
absolutely, I love
same,
that.
like same with the music. Like I'm gonna keep making, like, you know what I mean? Keep going. It might take years. Some people take days, months, years, and I'm down for any increment of time it takes, you know, for people to understand it.
You know, if you put your 10,000 hours in on anything, you're gonna make some progress. So I know it too. And plus, you know, like I was saying at the beginning of this, just you being such a high level athlete, I know what kind of dedication that, I mean, I haven't done it, but I can imagine what kind of dedication, level of execution that takes. So if you're applying that same focus to the music, I can only imagine great things to come. And you know, it's really hard for everybody too, like when you're known in one thing and crossing over. If the best example of like the opposite of what you're doing or what you have done, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne hit the peak of hip hop, and he just was like, I want to do some other shit. And then he did rock and roll, and that just the people didn't accept it. Even though like when you go back and listen to Wayne's rock album, like Wayne had some rock jams.
It was some gems on there for sure.
And then skating, he, you know, Wayne has full force. Like he's not a skater. Would you like call Wayne a skater?
I would call Wayne a skater for sure. Just because like it's a level, you know, when people like say I skateboard, or like I used to skate back in the day, but like Wayne is like consistently like supported skating. He does his research, he watches video parts, he shows up to contests. Like back in the day, X Games and everything, like street leagues, like he was showing up at every one watching the contest, you know what I mean? And he's maintained that consistency for like his love for skateboarding and the dedication to where like now he is, no pun intended, but his dedication to like now, like, you know what I mean?
Dedication. Well, that was a bar. His dedication 3. No,
but now it's like skating's like hard, you know what I mean? Like, and I understand that more and more. Like when it's somebody who's like, oh, I want to learn skating, or like somebody's first time on the board, and like, you know, I'm trying to teach them how to stand up. You know what I mean? It's a very hard thing to do, and the fact that like Wayne started late, and even now like he's jumping off stairs. You know what I mean? He's skating rails, like. He can like skate, and for me that's like so inspiring, because like one thing about that is like he puts like his time in on skating. Like he's really passionate about it. He's cheering at the park when people are landing tricks. He's doing it over and over again. He's filming, and I respect that to a T. You know what I mean? I think at that level, anybody who, you know, at that level you're a skateboarder to me. Even entry work, like if you could roll around on the board, roll down a bank, like you could skate. You know what I mean? You're a skateboarder, like you got skateboarding potential, you know, whatever. Like I consider you family. One thing about skating is like, that's what I love. It's just very like open arms. It's not really, I feel like in other areas sometimes it might be like, oh, you say you do this, but like it's hard to like be accepted in it. But skating is like, bro, if you skate, you got a board, 4 wheels, like you one of us, like, you know what I mean? And it's all love. Like we don't judge. You're not gonna go to a park and somebody be like, oh, he ain't good, like he ain't. It's like, yo, you're here trying, and the trying is the most important thing with that. Is like, bro, you put in any effort to do this, or vice versa for any walks of life, like you do that. You know what I mean? It don't matter what level you are, and I feel like, yeah, that's my perspective on it. Like I consider him a skateboard to the T, like. Amazing person on and off the board.
You can see his dedication to skating. Yes. It's not something he just started doing. Like you can go back and see a young Wayne out at the skate parks and all that. But there's another person who skates in hip hop, and I'm wondering if you have any insight on who's better. Ty Dolly skates too, right?
Ty. So with Ty, like, you know, when we talked about it before we like started skating together, he had told me like. It has been a part of his life. You know, he skated when he was young, you know what I mean? And, you know, he fell, you know, he went through all that, the trials and tribulations of that. But now, like, circling back, he just, like, and he might have been skating before we, like, started tapping in, but we just started skating a bunch. He started coming to, like, the indoor park I skate back, like, in the valley. And he loves it, too. Like, he really, like, you can see it. It's dope seeing it because he really, like, has that urge of, like, he wants to get good at it. He wants to be able to roll in there, drop in there, go off this. And he asks a lot of questions and is so open to learning and so down to earth. And it's super dope to see, you know what I mean? Him tapping in. Also being, like, a Wayne who's, like, you know, top dog in the music. You know what I mean? Like, phenomenal, you know what I mean? So it's inspiring to see somebody come over with that type of mentality and so open-minded and learning, and that's what inspires me when I go over to music. Just seeing somebody come into my world and be that way and not really care about like what level they are, but just all they care about is getting good and being a part of the culture. That excites me to go on the other side. But I mean, honestly, Wayne's better at skating than Ty. Yeah, okay. It was funny. I actually have a funny story. When we were, I was actually at the studio and Ty FaceTimed me. And he's like, yo, like, what you on? I'm like, I'm just chilling at the studio. And he was like, oh, Wayne hit me. I think he's trying to skip me and go to the park. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, like, what? Like, Wayne and Ty on the same session. He was like, you chilling out? And I was like, no, like, I could pull up for show. It was late, so I left the studio, went to the crib, you know what I mean? Grabbed my shoes, went to the park. And it was so cool to see them on the same session, you know what I mean? And it's like Ty and Wayne. This is picture the homie Spanish Mike took, just both of them holding their boards. And it's like the craziest picture ever at Paul's Park. And it was cool because Ty, you know, pulled up and he was rolling around and everything, you know, and Wayne pulled up and just like started going ham. And you could tell like he kind of like sat down and was just like kind of watching like, damn, like he really skate. You know what I mean? Like Wayne really rolling in everything in the skate park. He going off the stairs. He like board sliding the rail. And I could tell like Ty was like intrigued, you know what I mean? And that just like drove him even more to like want to get better at skating, you know what I mean? And to this day, he's always like, when you skating, I'm gonna pull up at the park. Like he loves skating too, because I think it also, like how I say the music is another outlet for me. I feel like those dudes, you know, have that outlet other than music, and also helps them like, you know, when they go back to music, because they have somewhere to get some other steam off, you know what I mean? Or just think or open their mind on a different creative level, on a different creative side. And then when they go back, it's like, you know, they're inspired to, you know, to create differently or like, you know, take it to another level.
Absolutely. That we need more than one creative outlet.
Facts.
And skating is definitely an art form, so I'm sure for them it is that outlet. But it's good to know. I'm glad that was one of my main things I had to figure out was who's the better skater. Because I seen you know videos of Ty falling pretty bad at the skate park. And I seen videos of Wayne falling. You were there when Ty?
I was there.
When he recently got hurt?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh wait, didn't he go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, how was did your heart drop?
Oh, that was like one of the scariest things. I've seen a lot of people like fall in skating and like go down, but like I had never seen anybody like knock themselves out like that, and it was scary. Like it was funny. I always my version of the story is funny because I you know we kicked it like fairly like good amount of times. You know what I mean? Some like you know we're starting to get to know each other and stuff, and it was just funny. Like he just came in and he kind of seemed like he was like super chilling and like just sluggish. And he was just moving different. Like, you know, normally I've always seen him like order like, you know, like super good food and like all that. And he ordered like a big burger. And he was just like, you know, just moving different. Like I didn't say anything right off the rip. I was in my head. I was like, oh, like, hey, order a burger and every shit. Blah, blah, blah. Then we start talking stuff about playing pool because we always play pool and stuff. So we go, we make a good bet on the game. He win. He feeling good. Like, you know, we talking stuff back and forth, you know what I mean? I drop in to go to the other side of the skate park. But I stop on the pyramid, like at the skate park, it's like, there's one side with the stairs and everything, pyramid in the middle and like the other side of where you walk in. I drop in and I go to the pyramid and I turn around because like I noticed like they're like still a little bit behind me. And I turn and he like put his board on the coping of the quarter pipe. And normally he'll like grab his board and like be like, oh no, I ain't gonna do that one, you know, mess around and, you know, knock my, you know, get hurt or something. And so he'll pick it up right away. But this time he was like up there longer than normal, like really contemplating. And I wasn't like really like realizing that he was really contemplating in my head. And like,
you didn't think he was gonna do it?
I didn't think he was gonna do it. And before I could like fix my lips, I think I literally blinked. And when I blinked, he just went in for it. And he just like lost his, you know, control of where he was going. And that's when he slipped back and knocked himself out. And it was like it was so crazy. I was on the other side and the Bo, his security guard, was like on the quarter pipe, but like on the other side of it. And I think we were both in shock. And then when we realized he was out, we like both ran over, you know what I mean? And was trying to wake him up. He was out for a couple of seconds and then he woke up and was kind of like out of it. And then like walked to the other side of the skate park, fine. And then when he sat down, like we kind of knew it was bad because he like kept asking what happened. Like he didn't remember. And we're like, oh yeah, you can't drive.
He was concussed.
Yeah, he was concussed. So like Bo took him to the hospital and we were like, I was checking in on him, just like texting Bo, like seeing how he was doing. And he was good, you know what I mean? He went out, recovered. He still went and did a show that night.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Man. No, he's a champion, bro.
Yeah, he's
but
king.
I can't believe you were there when that happened.
Scary. I haven't seen it like that in that.
Damn.
It was so scary. Like, and he posted. He like after he posted, you know, everybody knew that he'd be skating with me, so like everybody was hitting me up like, "What happened? Who was attacked? What happened? What happened? What happened?" And I was like responding, everybody like, "This is what happened," you know, and all that. But it was like after that he was ready. He hit me like, "Yo," he was like, "To be honest," because like, that shit just got me wanting to do it even more. I got to get back out there and get it.
Ty Dolly sounds crazy,
yeah,
bro.
He a rock star, man. He don't care.
I busted my ankle one time skating, and that's the last time I ever skated in my goddamn life. Ty is crazy.
Yeah.
But wow, what a surreal experience, man.
Yeah,
it must have been like, because you're with a Grammy winning. Like,
yeah.
You're like, Ty isn't, you know, Ty's a big fucking artist.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Thank God he's okay.
For sure.
Have you been able to get in this studio with him and work on any music?
So like I've like, you know, we always like chop it up about stuff. I show them music. We actually we do have like, you know, a little song, you know, like he, you know, blessed his presence on that, like, you know, it's just like in the vault, you know what I mean? Obviously, like, you know, we want to make more, you know what I mean? And honestly with that, it was cool how that happened because I never like forcibly brought it up, you know what I mean? I always like anything about music came up, you know, when we're skating, we talk about skating and then he asks me, you know, like, what's up music? You made anything new? I always just wanted to be a natural, you know what I mean? Like, you know, him receiving, I make music natural as well and not kind of being his first, like, I make music, like, let's get one in. I kind of just wanted everything to just be super natural.
Yeah.
And, you know, it honestly, like, it just came, you know, kind of came out of nowhere. I was just sending him music and stuff and I sent him a song and he FaceTimed me back. I just got to Brazil and he was in Bali and he was on the treadmill and he FaceTimed me. He was like, yo, he was like, when Dolla Sign FaceTime me after you send him a track, like, that's when you know it's going. And I was like, man, I was tripping. I was like, bro, I was like, you vibing with it? Like, he was like, yeah. And then he was like, I'm gonna send it back when I'm done. And like, you know, he was traveling and everything and he FaceTimed me and was showing me on FaceTime and he sent it to me and I was just like tripping, you know what I mean? Cause it was like that, like I had no intentions and like no like needs of like, oh, I'm gonna get a feature one day. It was like, yo, I want to vibe with Ty. Like he seemed mad cool. I want to learn from him. Like, you know, I want to skate with him. And that's why I remember reason like when we first started kicking, I was like, let's skate. We were skating a bunch, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to be that. Like I wanted to build a friendship off of just genuine friendship and just him being my, you know, my big homie and just really having, you know, a valuable friendship. And more than anything to me, game and just learning is more valuable than anything. A features, whatever. Like I don't,
that's
you
true.
know, the game and just being in the presence is, you know, learning, and I'm gonna take that, you know, and make something of that. But yeah, we definitely, we got a little something in.
Okay,
hope to work more.
Hopefully we get to hear it sometime.
Yeah.
Hopefully
we
get to hear, man.
Yup. So.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna have plenty of opportunities to work with artists who want to tap into skating.
Mm-hmm.
But back to your music, man. Back to Dashawn Jordan, the musician, the artist. What can we expect? Because the 5 songs, like I was saying, well, one thing I'll say is they all feel good.
Thank you.
All the records are really upbeat, just like in a real positive space.
Yes.
What can we expect from you going forward? More like party anthems, like Most High wasn't really like a party song.
No,
it just felt good though. It just was like good music. What can we expect from Dashawn Jordan musically?
I would definitely say what to expect from my music is, you know, continuing just feel good music, you know, like quality substance in, in records, make you feel good, motivate you, inspire you, make you want to dance. Actually, we're going towards summer, and my other bag I love making is like, Afrobeat and dancehall music. So, I've been like just tapping in with that, getting like a summer project ready. I'm gonna drop like 2 more singles after this next one I'm dropping next month. So actually one next month, then one more, and then prepare to like drop a whole project in the summer. But yeah, just really like more just, that's my bag, man. I grew up, I was in like dance groups and stuff, and I love to dance. I love just feeling good. When you're at a club and or wherever you're at, bar, you had a couple drinks, you're feeling good. Like when I drink or whatever, like it's an upper for me. So all I want to do is dance. I'm smiling. I might be talking a lot because I do talk a lot when I'm drunk, like, are feeling good. But like, I just want to just create these, these vibes for people just to enjoy when they're in these spaces, wherever they are. They could just be riding the car from after work, but like something to put them in the mood to just cruise or like, vibe. And so that's kind of like my vibe of music, and there'll be some party anthems in there here every once in a while, but I like to stay on like the melodic anthem side. So you get that like turn up, but it's not too much. It's just enough to where like you want to play this like all the time,
Okay.
And so yeah, I just live to create just those good environments and good energy for people just to take on.
We're gonna get some upbeat party music. You're saying Afro beats.
Yep,
it's exciting. That's very exciting.
Yeah, the next one I'm dropping next month actually is an Afro beat song. It's called Too Many.
Too Many.
Yeah, and that's gonna come out with a video too. Like, and I'm stoked to drop that one because it's a good song. It's a good vibe. The video is crazy. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And then you said project around summertime.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Probably. I think I'm gonna drop like a 8-9 song like project. It's my
so you're doing like a project.
Yeah, my first project. Yeah.
Fire.
Like we've been. Man, it's sometimes like my manager Pat. He always got to slow me down because every time I go to the studio, I just want to make new music. Every time I go, I hate taking days and like going through songs and like figuring out which ones you're going. I just want to just create. I be so inspired. So we like, man, we have like years of music, So the past sessions I've been in, we went through them like picking like the best to the least favorites to like most favorite songs. Just like starting to organize that tape and like start diving in for that. But it's been good. Yeah, I love to create sounds. I just love that type of music. Like, man, I probably play Afrobeat, dancehall, that type of music like 99% of my like life. When I wake up, it's just that type of music, old school, like feel good. You know what I mean? Like just put me in great headspaces. So yeah, that's kind of what to expect from me,
Okay, so we can expect some good upbeat music.
Yeah.
Project coming out around summer, so that's gonna be exciting.
Yes, sir.
And it sounds like you're really taking the music as seriously as you've taken your professional career on the skating side.
Most definitely, yeah. I'm trying to take them both at that level.
I love it, man. Well, it's gonna be as it's gonna be a challenge. It's a challenge for anybody crossing over. I mean, it's a challenge to make it to the top in anything that you want to do.
Facts.
Whether you want to be an athlete, a musician, a painter, or you just want to be a restaurant owner, like it's tough to take it to the top in anything.
Facts.
So the fact that you've done it in skating, you got to be applauded for that. That's
Thank
an amazing
you.
thing. But it's going to be a challenge to now do it again and do it in a whole different world, especially because music as well as skating, you're in the public eye. Like we were saying, it's just tough for whatever reason. Like even like when I listen to Damian Lillard now, Damian makes great music, but for some reason it's tough for me to separate him as an NBA player.
Exactly.
But I mean, he makes great music. Like I've listened to Dame's albums. Dame Dolla goes hard.
Yeah,
he goes hard. So you definitely have a tall cup of tea or whatever to drink. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tough, but if anyone can do it, I think it's Dashawn Jordan.
Thank you. I love it. That's what makes it that much special is the process. Like I've learned to fall in love with the process with everything. Like in all my walks of life with things that involve a process. That like you got to enjoy those moments. That going against the grain, that going against the odds. And I mean, that's what is the beauty of it, and just maintaining that like that process hunger, like disciplining yourself to keep that mentality of just like going forward and just wanting to be that much more ahead and just pushing yourself and just really just trying to take it all to like the next level. So I'm a fan of in the beginning there was times where I may have like kind of went back and forth for like dealing with like figuring out like, oh, can I do it, all that? But like I'm past that, and now it's more so just like enjoy the process, you know?
I love that.
Like use all the lessons, you know, it's never lost lessons. Everything, use it as like fuel to just like inspire you to just like take it to that next level. So I'm a huge fan of the process. I'm a huge fan of no's. I'm a huge fan of people not caring, people like not understanding it. Like, cause you know, I'm a always push myself to just like put in the work to just like people, so people can feel it, you know, feel the genuine passion through all my work. So I'm excited.
Well, you can definitely see that you're passionate about the music. I'm excited to see where Dashawn Jordan's next few chapters of music lead to. And I know it's not, I don't think this is anything that you're going to stop doing. It sounds like you are committed.
Yeah, it's 5L.
Yeah. What did you say? It's 5L?
Yeah, 5L, yeah. Just more than four.
Oh, okay, got it.
Because sometimes people say like 4L for life, but I say,
okay.
Yeah,
listen,
5L.
I'm not hip to shit.
Yeah,
I'm from Orange County.
Yeah.
I'm not hip to these things. Okay, it is 5L though. I can tell you're really committed to this. Definitely excited to see where you can take it. When is Dashawn Jordan gonna say you've made it as a musician? What's like that goal? Is it a plaque you're trying to get? Is it a certain award, or is there any finite goal that you have that you're
I would say,
when I do that, I did it?
Yeah, I would say, man, definitely like, you know, songs, you know, breaking records, you know, platinums, you know, and plaques and stuff like that. And also just like, I want to do I want to like start performing at shows where it's just like those crowds are filled and just like getting that feeling of like, okay, seeing how my music touches like all these people, you know. I want to make it to like the Rolling Louds. I want to make it to the South Bys and just like be able to have my voice heard on like that level of like stage, you know what I mean? And just like, yeah, just keep trying to just spread my message, you know what I mean, and my story, and just like just take on like audiences like that and have people just really be a part of the journey is like my overall goal, to see that growth in that. And yeah, you know, like I said, everything else is obviously like goals, you know, plaques, you know, Grammys, and, you know, and all that stuff is like how, you know, we dream to get those things, you know what I mean? Because you got to always dream big. But yeah, those levels of accomplishments is like what for me would like personally would be, okay, like, you know, we doing this, like when I'm getting booked for shows like that, you know what I mean? It's okay, like we doing it. And that's just helping create that awareness. And then that goes into those levels of like plaques and Grammys, you know what I mean? Absolutely. So I just want to create more awareness and, you know, and bring people to my world and my process.
Okay, well, I think there's gonna be a day it's gonna come where some fan is gonna be listening to your music and not even realize that you're a skater. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, I fucking love Dashawn Jordan. You're like, what the fuck you mean he skates? Like, that dude what?
I had you know what's crazy you say that is I actually had like two things happen like that to me that would like really like just hit me crazy. I was actually this one, they're both recent. One, I was in Brazil for a contest, for skateboarding contest, and I'm like chilling. I just got off the course, and like there's this girl with a boyfriend like trying to get my attention, like, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over there. I'm thinking they just want to like, you know, want to take pictures, you know, skate, like they came to watch the contest. And I go over there, and the first thing her boyfriend says is like, she loves your song Wygdbi, like she plays it all the time, like, you know, that's all she listens to. And so then we took a picture off that. They said nothing about skating, like there was no talk about like, oh, I love your skate. It was like she loves your music type of thing, you know what I mean? And I did like a signing for the energy drink company I'm on, A-Shock. And like there was people walking up playing the music off their phones and like singing the lyrics, you know what I mean, when I'm at contests. And then my other homie, that's like they're part of a group called Future Kings, Kang. I was just talking to him about my video shoot. I had a video shoot on Tuesday, and we were talking about everything. And he was like, bro, you know, like just, you know, good stuff, like keep going. He was like, bro, he was like, I just wanted to like share this with you. He was like, bro, I literally like, I did not like find you because like they're a pretty like popping, you know, dance group. And he's like, bro, I didn't find you off of your skating, bro. Like I literally found you off of your song. Like what you gonna do? Like I love that song, and it's been crazy to hear that, and it's crazy you brought that up because like that's kind of where it's been going, and I love that because it's like it's people find out about the music, and that's how I want the crossover to be. I want it to just be so intriguing where it's like find out about the artist. And then you come over and you're like, what? Like he really skate? You know what I mean? Like, and so that's kind of my goal. I want like that's why I was talking about the quality. I want it to be that good to where like you hear that somewhere far and you don't even connect it to me. You think it's, and then when it connects, it's just like what? Like
people
you know?
are gonna think there's two incredible Dashawn Jordan. You know what I mean? Right. And then they're gonna realize it's all fun.
Yeah.
Well, man, I think you sound so excited about this, and you definitely, as I was saying, you are a champion.
Thank you.
You have made it to the top of the sports world, and you're coming in the music world. The five tracks are all dope. They're all different too, so you're definitely very versatile.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to hear, because if I'm correct, like White Claw has that Caribbean, just that like kind of dance vibe to it.
Yeah.
But this next one he said is Afrobeats.
The next one, is like Afrobeat. It's called Too Many.
Too Many. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I'm super hyped about that. Yeah. That's dropping soon, he said? Like
like April 10th.
April 10th? Oh, shit. It's around the corner.
Around the corner. Yeah, it's already ready. We're getting ready to send it off, you know what I mean? To get ready for the drop date. Yeah, video done. We shot that Tuesday. The homie is in the editing stage right now, so we'll start going through revisions of that. And yeah, we just it's all gas, no brakes, man. Like, I'm just trying to like really just, do it and have both my worlds just like right here, Like people always, some people always be like, yo, like, make sure you still skating. I'm like, bro, what you don't realize is like that's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
Then I go make music. You know what I mean? Like it's never one go outweigh the other. It's always like I'm putting 100%, 150% in both of these. Like I love them both that's much.
Amazing,
and
man.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
I'm definitely excited. One of one. I think if anyone's gonna break this mold and be able to hit the top of both worlds, it's Dashawn Jordan, right?
Thank you.
Why not you? You know what I mean? And you definitely got the skills as far as the music goes. When you listen to the music, it's not. Sometimes I listen to even rappers who just rap, and I'm like, they really shouldn't be doing music. I listen to Dashawn Jordan, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's dope.
Thank you. Thank you. That means so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Stoked.
Dash takes pride in interviewing artists before they really get recognized globally. So we had Billie Eilish's first radio interview. Cardi B, one of her first radio interview, Post Malone. Wow. We just had, the artist Jake, Golden Hour.
Yeah, I've heard
Jake was here like a year and a half ago. He was like TikTok popping.
Okay.
I'm not going to take all the credit, but he was TikTok popping, and then we had him in here, and he obviously worked. Jake, you did it your damn self.
Yeah.
But we take pride in latching on to artists early. So Dash is going to be listening.
Man, that's the love. I appreciate y'all.
Whatever you drop, programmers are going to hear. So I'm sure you're going to be hearing your records on Dash sprinkled around.
Man, that's love. And I appreciate y'all for having me. You know what I mean? Like Dash is an icon just in general with music. So it's like,
thank you.
It's a blessing, you know what I mean, that y'all even, made it and invited me to come up here. You know what I mean? It was a blessing walking in and being a part of this space and y'all history and and having it. And I'm stoked,
Shout out Rosecrans Vic.
Yeah, shout out Vic, you know what I mean? Vic and Pat setting it up, man.
Yeah, we were trying to set this up a minute ago and then things fell through and Vic hit me. I'm like, oh, we haven't got Dashawn in yet? I was like, the fuck? These are the dates. Let's go.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Glad to have you here, Dashawn Jordan.
I'm stoked. Thank you
so much.
Much love.
Last question. If anyone's discovering your music right now, what's the one song you want them to play first?
Oh, Most High.
Okay, you want to start with that Most High.
I want... what you gonna do about it too? Because I feel like Anthem, but I feel like Most High is really like when people hear Most High, it's like, oh, okay, like it's a song. What you gonna do about it? They're like, those are good songs too. They're like anthems and turn up, but Most High is like that, like really artistic bag.
It is the most artistic.
Yeah.
And
I want people to hear that because that's what is the next Dashawn to come. Like that's all I'm about to start dropping is like music where people gonna be like, okay, like. It's like, he really like, so I would say Most High, that's the most recent, you know what I mean? Go run it up. But
let's go run that up.
That's what I would encourage people to, to listen to when they're tapping in.
My favorite was What You Gonna Do About It, just because it felt aggressive.
Yeah, like that.
I'm like a battle rapper at heart, so I'm like, let's go. But Most High is definitely sonically like the most mature, just so well produced.
Thank you.
Was it Cat Clark?
Yeah, Cat Clark on the hook. My bro Bass Fingers with the beat, you know what I mean? And my bro Zaba. And actually my manager Pat too, because Pat, my manager is actually crazy at engineering and producing too. So him and Zaba, they like when we start mixing tracks and stuff, they
Your
be
manager's an engineer?
Yeah.
That's why the music sounds so good.
My manager's my engineer too, Both him and Zab are my engineer.
Engineer is to me, one of the most unappreciated and most important parts of the music process.
Most important.
If you don't you can have everything else good, but if you don't have a good engineer, 9 times out of 10, it's going to sound like shit. So
and it's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing. We locked in, you know what I mean, with Pat, and we found the bro Zab because he's a gem. Like, that dude, you know what I mean, he might... my nerves a little bit. We got to wrangle him in.
That's
you know what I mean? To keep him on track. But it's like,
and
bro,
engineers are always at each other's neck.
But
You're doing too many takes. He's not mixing it enough.
Yeah.
Someone's at fault.
All over the place. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro. So it's good. It's a good balance. You know what I mean? I got a great team that I work with. Like we all know. When we got to be on each other just to have everybody stay in line. But we also have fun and we enjoy it. And I feel like that's why we just continue to like grow as a team and make great stuff and you know what I mean, keep building. So just in general, not even only me, just everybody on the whole team, other DFR and T artists is like it. I'm stoked for the world to just hear, you know what I mean, like everybody and just hear what's coming out of our studio and from our group. So
I'm excited, man. I might have to pull up on one of these sessions.
Pull up, man. I'll
skate
welcome.
Over there. I'm gonna skate real slowly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have like training wheels on my skateboard.
Yeah, man, come vibe with us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Dashawn Jordan, thank you so much,
love.
everybody.
Thank you.
This is Dash Radio, Dashawn Jordan.
Yeah,
he said go listen to Most High.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you go listen to what you gonna do about it.
Start with what you gonna do about it.
Okay. Either way, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, they all there. They all there.
All right, my man. Thank you so much. Dash Radio, Dashawn Jordan.
Yeah.
We're out.
Much love.